headed down to Mom and Dad's, this time to get Dad, because Mom has a doctor's appointment on Wednesday, and she has the baby now, the baby. Coda started kind of like pre-K. It's daycare pre-K. And this morning, so the only kiddos that are at the house or on the hill right now are Carter and Cash and the new baby. So that
in 400 feet, turn right onto Road 3550.
I can't turn there yet, lady.
Take the next right onto Road 3550.
Okay, lady, in a second. I don't know if y'all can hear, but Google Map is telling me where to go, but I gotta get Dad first. Anyway, so she has the baby today, and they don't have car seat strollers.
In 800 feet, turn left.
I mean, they have at the house, but not to go. And Wednesday, when she goes to the doctor, we'll be having to take that baby with us. And while she's in the praise God, her doctor's office is in a mall. It's like one of the buildings on the outside of the mall. Like, I guess you can get into the mall from that building. I don't really know. I've never been in. The few times that I remember going with her in the past, I just went, maybe we went into the entrance of a mall, and it was the first door in one of the buildings right there. You can go in from,
take the next left,
an outside exit. I'm not for sure, but I remember going into the mall and just milling around waiting for her to get done when she'd come out. I don't remember if I'm sure I know I had kids. I just don't know the last time I'd been with her, how old my kids were. Maybe they were already in school, I'm sure. Anyway, it looks like Dad did his live this morning on the new ramp platform.
Make a U-turn, then turn left.
Mom found, I sent her a couple of links to some, one at Walmart and a couple at Amazon, but she found a man selling, I was just sending her strollers. I didn't realize she needed a car seat. Like, I guess I assumed that Dustin was going to leave them their car seat for that day. But she found somebody selling one on Marketplace. It's the base, it's the car seat, and it's the stroller. And, you know, they all go into each other. So we're headed there now to get that.
I need food soon.
Oh, and Levi needs food somewhere because he didn't get up and eat a bowl of cereal like his mama did. Anyway, Dad's coming. We're going to go. And then we got to stop at the feed store on the way back.
Hey, bad boy.
I know a guy akin to him.
Who are you talking to?
Oh,
don't mess with me. I know John Wayne's cousin.
Yeah, don't mess with me.
Is that your phone making that noise?
Yeah, Mom hates it sitting like a train.
It does.
I like it.
I'm back at it. This is the little shelf we went and got yesterday. And see, it's not exactly the wall color, but it's pretty daggum close. I told Mom, I said, you can leave it like that and put your cats on it. I believe that all of her cats, because they're kind of stained dark. There's a few that are painted, but most of them are kind of just a dark stain or a stain. I felt like it's just going to be a stained wall, a stained cabinet, stained cats. Like it's all, but I said but do it. Leave it like that if you want. It's got little stars on the side. Just a real country. It's pine. It's made out of pine. It's very lightweight. It's not particle board or anything like that. And I said, if it blends and it looks bad, I said, somebody's gonna tell you up close. Maybe even me. I mean, not up close, but up quick. Mom, that all kind of just blends together. Then, if we paint it a pretty white, creamy white, or we paint it the color of those kitchen cabinets that will be back there later on, which are going to be some kind of a earthy green, kind of a light earthy green, because we still don't even earthy green. We don't want it like forest green or pine green, or just wanted a pretty light earthy green, hopefully. Anyway, we painted the color of the cabinets. And this is the one that we picked up first. It's got little pink knobs. We will change those. But I told her it'd be perfect for her bathroom across from her toilet. It's only a foot wide. It's just 11 inches wide. And this little part thing here goes on top of this one. It's hard for me backwards. This one goes on top of this one. And it stands just a couple, like about as tall as me, or maybe a hair taller, or a hair shorter. I don't know. Today my hair is tall. Anyway, and it's the beadboard, and I think that's really, really pretty and very country. Those knobs, just those pink knobs, got to come off there. And I think that'll be pretty in her bathroom, and it'll brighten up again. It'll be bright against that dark wall. Anyways, these things are already over here, which is okay. As soon as we get, I'm putting up the lights in this other room. There's only 2 rooms left. This one's done. I just got to get the grounds hooked together and pushed up in there and screwed up. And then I'll do Mama's room, their light, and then lights will be done. And Dad's already brought this in here. He was going to tell Bennett, and I said, I don't think Bennett needs to paint. Mama wants these floors painted just to make sure there's nothing. And see, the thing is, she hasn't even come in here and dust mopped yet. This stuff, can y'all see this? This is streaky. This is loose sand. This is loose sawdust. Loose mud dust, sheetrock dust. This room hasn't even had a dust mopping, you know, little wet mop going across it. There's chunks of this stuff still. Watch. See that just rolled across the floor. This room is not ready to be painted. So I said, Dad, no, don't get Bennett in here now. These rooms aren't even ready. They haven't been swept good. They got one more sweeping. They need a dust mopping. Then we can mop, but I just don't paint. But I don't think Bennett's the person to paint. I really don't. And I'm not saying that hateful. I'm just saying he's not ever been a painter. And if he paints some kind of dark color and it splashes on the wall, then we have to let that dry, wipe it off, touch up the wall. I'm just hoping not to have to do a whole lot extra. So I'd rather just do this and then clean this, maybe paint this before I leave. If I don't get it painted before I leave, fine. I will not be around tomorrow though. Oh my gosh, something's happening. Something's happening. I have to take Debbie to Houston tomorrow to the doctor. So tomorrow working here will not happen. There will not be anything happening tomorrow. I don't know if I told any of y'all when I was drawing up plans for here, I drew up a wall. It didn't get transferred to Walter and them because I told Mom, it was in the plans. They didn't. I said, no, Mama, that was not in the plans because you and Daddy looked crazy-eyed at me like I was just doing some kind of crazy architecture that y'all have never seen before and didn't know why I'd want to do that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, there are so many things that separate, not just full walls, but there are so many things that can separate a room or highlight a room or something. And I said, if you're going to need these 3 big walls for your furniture, so why don't we do a wall in the middle of the house, whatever the area would be the living room, we'll do a wall, just framed out. You know, y'all see me build this little section, just frame out a section like that, put it in the middle of the wall, screw it to the floor, screw it to the studs, joists, put on whatever you want to put on it, whether it be this stuff or a decorative stone, you know, faux stone, something like that. Make it look like pop, like it's a accent wall, but it would be in the middle of the room, just as wide or just a little bit wider than the actual cabinet that the fireplace and the TV sit on. They are determined not to have a TV up on the wall. They don't want to hang a TV. I don't know why. I don't get it, but they don't want to hang a TV. So, and on the plans, and I don't have them with me, but I had it away from the dining room table, like three or 4 feet. So when the stool was under the table, you would have 3 foot of walking space around that table, which was normal walking space. you know, they say in your kitchens, you know, from your counter to your sink, or from your sink to your, they say that diamond, that triangle, you know, sink, refrigerator, stove, counter, this all needs to be in like this 3 foot of space for walking, and at this that triangle shape for getting to your things, whatever. I gave her 3 foot, and I said when the stool comes out for people to sit there, then it might be close to that wall, but it would still be something that your TV is on the other side. Well, Dad just finally, I wish I was filming, because she just said, Kim, we probably should have done that wall you wanted. And I'm like, I said, well, we can still do a wall. It's not like we're so far into this construction we can't do a wall. I said, it just gets built and screwed to the floor. And I said we'd have to screw through our new ceiling, but I can find the joist with my stud finder and know right where the joist is up there to screw into. And Dad goes, it don't really even have to go to the wall as long as it's screwed down to the floor. And he goes, we can run an outlet under the floor and come up in that wall and put an outlet there. So all of a sudden now his mind is kind of, so Kim wasn't so crazy. When Mama left, I said, see, y'all both looked at me with crazy eyes like y'all never heard anything. He said he was over there in his rolling chair. And that's when he said, well, we can still do that. If we have to, we can do that. We just screw to the floor. I can run a line right from, he's all of a sudden so, oh, that would be easy to do. So it's like, why didn't you just do what I said to start with? I knew they were going to need these 3 big walls for couches and their other furniture that she's determined to have in here. And if they put that wall there, that gives them this wall for a sofa. In all actuality, if they put the TV right there, they could have a wall on this, a sofa on this wall. I know she really didn't ever want one in front of her window, but she could put one there, and then the desk could go back right here, and one of the chairs could go right here. That would be at least 1 chair. Could go, and they would all be looking at that. Although she's got that there for her cats now, but that could come somewhere else. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is that we may do it, but I think that could be an after. It may even be after we put, well, like Dad said, I said when we start moving furniture over there, we can bring that fireplace and sit it right there. The cabinet that I built her with her little fireplace in it. And then we can see, how do you like that? Does that feel good to you? And if you like it, then we can build a wall behind it. And maybe for a few days I'll have to run a plug across the floor. But if he likes it, the TV sitting there, then we can build the wall behind it. And it will squeeze in the living room a little bit, but only about 3.5 inches. I mean, that's, well, say 4 inches total. 3.5 for the 2x4 that's going to be on the floor. We can even put the top part and put a fatter, like the top of it. Because that's when Dad said it don't even have to go. I said, no, it really don't have to go to the ceiling. That could still stay open. But you could put a top on it, a wider board, like a 2x12. So it's bulky. And that would give her a little place to put some Christmas lights, or put a couple of her, something decorative, a vase, anything. She could put so much stuff on the top of it just to dress it up if she wanted. So it doesn't have to just, anyway, I gotta get this done. It's kind of hard getting going this morning because it's like we got dressed and went to town first. And when I come home, I had to make tea. So I sat down in my chair. And we kind of ran a lot this weekend. I didn't get that just sit back and do my own thing this weekend because we did it. First thing Saturday morning, we went all the way to Houston to get that bathtub. Okay, then the day could have been over. I could have said, okay, finally I could just sit back and relax the rest of the day. But nope. There was a few minutes, and then we had 30 minutes or something. Then we were leaving to go to Carly's birthday party. Then we got home. And then Sunday was the same way. It's like Sunday morning, I made the cake. Was kind of in a rush because I didn't know if I was going to go get lumber. And the bathtub was still in the back of my truck, so I was going to have to use one of their vehicles to get the lumber for Ted and them to finish. And then they didn't need me to do that, so I made the cake really quick, and then it was time to leave. It was time to come and eat at Daniel's, and by the time we walked over here and visited with a few minutes with everybody in the house, and then talked to Ted for a few minutes out there, I looked at my watch and said, Mom, what time did that lady say to come get that, which was this thing? And I said, no, it was that thing. When did we get that? We got that after the birthday party. So see, we didn't come straight home after Carly's birthday party. We left and went and got that. And then Sunday, we went and got this. And she said, I told her we could be there about 3. And I said, well, Mom, you know, it's 2:30. Oh, okay. I said, I'm going to go home, park, and get Levi set up in the house, and then just pick me up. So it was like run. And I'm just not really into running like that anymore. And like I said, this morning we got up and got dressed, and we got that car seat, then we went to the feed store, that stroller, then we went to the feed store, and now it's like, now I'm here. And I'm having to make myself go do that stuff today. It's like a day I don't want to do anything for some reason. Anyway, we get both these lights in, and then I'm going to sweep the rooms, and then I'm going to dust mop where Mom had mop. Yeah, it's over there, mop water. And I will mop the rooms. And then we have to let them dry a little bit. Well, they have to dry before we can come rush off back in here and start painting. Can y'all see in my hair? That is dust. That's sheetrock dust. So I told Mom, I said, Mom, I know, we just talked about this a while ago about her being so excited. She sent Bennett over here to paint, starting in Lex in his room. I call it the game room because I don't even know how you can call it any other room, because there will be a twin size bed in there, but they won't be staying here at the same times because they won't fit. And but anyway, so Dad brings in a roller and a paint tray and sits it in the middle of that floor in there. And that's when I said, well, Dad, I don't think you can paint now. I said, he goes, well, your mom wants them 3 rooms in the laundry room painted. And I said, yeah, but I have to go in and out of the laundry room flipping the breakers. He goes, yeah, you know what, that's right. And I said, plus I really, I said, I don't know if Bennett has never painted before, and these walls are painted, and we have to be very careful not to touch them. Watch me, I'll probably end up touching 2 or 3 places. Anyway, I get done with the lights. All the lights are done now. The only thing not done is this right there. And that's the ceiling fan for the living room. And Dad asked me a while ago, when did I think I wanted to do that? And I said, we can do it. I said, but I think it would kind of be good to go ahead and get the trim all up in here so we're not hitting boards into the, blades. And he goes, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll wait on that till, we're through trimming at least this room. And I said, yeah, I think so. But it's light in here. Just them 2 lights are throwing good lamp. And then she's got this little lamp here. Anyway, back to that. I get done with the lights and I go in there and I'm like, well, she hasn't swept this room or damp mopped the floor. And dust. This is dust. This is sheetrock dust. 2 piles of dirt and dust and little pieces of wire, and I'm just now realizing that I guess Steph used the caulk. Is this caulk? Did she bring this? Oh. Yes, okay. I need to find my caulk gun. It's over there. There's 2 places in here, and there's really kind of one in the little girl's room I want to do another layer in. I think it didn't get it deep enough. Anyway, I've got 2 of the rooms. I've got the game room and the girls' room. They have been swept and they have been mopped. And you can see the difference here. So you can see the floor now is, look at this floor. It's just white. You can see underneath it, but it's white. It's still got a lot of, and I swept this room already. Yeah, I've already swept this room, but this is dust. And when you mop, you get this, where you can see now all the white is mostly gone, and you can see yellow wood again. Same way within here. You can see the wood pattern again instead of just this dust. Let me see this. Yeah, that's just in the floor. So yeah, these are ready to be painted now, but I told Dad, I think I'm pretty much done. I've swept this too. So I'm gonna mop that one, I'm gonna mop this little area, I'm gonna stop right here, and these 3 rooms are ready to paint whenever they want to paint. I've hung up all the remotes of these fans and lights just in the window trim, because that's the only trim we have in here right now. This one needs an oversized blade, or I gotta caulk the heck out of down there. This one just needs a little caulking around it. I don't know what else. I think that's all I've seen. I think I caulked all of Mom's already. Oh, I see mud on her wall right here from something. How did that splash up? Oh no, nope. Yeah. That was mud and it dried from something. I don't know what came in here and mudded late after it was painted. Anyway, I'm gonna mop this room and mop this little hallway area. I told Mom the other night, I said, if we had not made this so big, I guess this is where it started right here. So this whole section right here was built in later. Or maybe it wasn't this whole section. I can't see now because I can't tell now. Maybe it came to about right here. And I built this one little section here. I can't remember exactly, but I told her, I said, I wish we had only done this as like a 2 foot, and then came to this side and did another foot. I said, then you would have a true corner right here, and you might could put something deeper in this. This is not real. Because she was saying, what about the TV in that corner? I said, Mom, that corner is not deep enough. You have a big TV, it's going to come way off out here. But this does still give that. This looks like it, you know, this looks like how it should have looked to start with. This going straight into there. Somebody wrote, Holy Spirit, protect this house in Jesus' name. Maybe did Daniel? Yeah, because Daniel asked the other day, how do you spell holy? And Lou said, I can't believe you just asked how to spell holy. I put these on here. I put them in different places, and some on the inside studs where they're already covered now. And Daniel wrote that one there the other night. Anyway, I'm going to go paint that, and then I'm done. And I told Dad, I said, now I won't be here tomorrow because I don't know how long I'm going to be in Houston with Debbie. Tub's in. Now, this is the only part of this that hasn't been. This needs to be stained in the stain. But I've got to get up there and scrape some of that mud off. We just need this section all the way up done, because from the edge of the shower over and there and here will be a faux rock or faux like barnwood look that's kind of painted, and it's pretty. It's really pretty. It kind of resembles this, but this is brighter than what I wanted, and I think I'm going to hook some stain onto this and see if I can't darken it up. It's a little bright, and I have a cover for the outlet and the same thing. And I think it's all going to bring the colors together to match the vanity. And then it'll be up there. And there'll be a few sheets of it left. I was telling Steph, they can even go up right behind the toilet, right up this wall with it, just to make it have another focal point in the room or something. I don't know. Just an idea of what to do with those extra panels. I think there's going to be 5 of them left. Anyway, I'm going to finish drinking my Sunkiss sitting here, and then I'm going to mop that room and that hallway, and then I'm going to go home. And I'm going to relax until tomorrow when I take Debbie. And I told Dad, I said, I don't know what time I'll be home tomorrow, so I may not be down here at all. And he goes, that's good, you can have another off day. My fear is they'll come in here and try to paint some stuff while I'm gone, and then if it looks really good when I get back, I'll be happy. But if there's spots that didn't get done good, I'll just be upset because now I've got to redo it anyway. That's what I'm worried about. Okay, they're already drying. I even did a little bit more in here, but it's already drying. It's drying pretty fast. I did a little bit more caulk in that one over there. I caulked around the outlets. There was one spot in this room. It already looks more, well, I mean, it's very bright here because it's real wet, but it already looks brighter than it did a while ago. If you want to do a screenshot and look at the pictures, I caulked that. There was a hole right there. I mean, it's got to dry a little bit, but not like it was. I mean, that is a big, big difference from earlier. And I mopped all the way up to this little doorway right here. So I'm done. So all the lights are done. Bloop, bloop. Bloop. And this one will be our last one to do, the ceiling fan for in here. And this has got like a Moroccan shade, but it still has the metal. It goes well enough with these, but the fan will have these type of wire baskets around the lights. The same look, so that's pretty. And then this room in here, the bathroom vanity light will have that same look. Alright, so this is the only room that hasn't been swept or mopped. I'm tired, my arms are tired from being up over my shoulders, over my head, so I'm just going to call it a day. Anyway, alright, I love you guys. God bless y'all. And I'll see you tomorrow. Katie, I'm trying to do a video.